We've made it, guys. We're here. We're into season 3 of The Legend of Korra. Now, look, I don't know what this season's gonna be about. I don't know what the villains are gonna be, you know? I will be completely honest with you. I thought the season 3 villain, whoever it was, like in my mind, when I first started the show, I had some names in my mind and I didn't really know much about like who each character was. I was just like assigning them roles based on what their names sounded like. For some reason, I thought that the season 3 villain was going to be named Varric because I had heard the name Varric and I'd heard it talked about enough that I just thought like, oh, I bet that's the villain of the most popular season, which is season 3. But then I met Varric in season 2, so that's out the window. I mean, it's not out the window. Varric could still be the villain for season 3, but I don't know. There also could like possibly not be a villain, but I feel like there will be a villain for each season. Will have its own like major villain in it. But I will tell you, I don't even know what this book is called. I haven't looked at it. I probably have seen it in the past, what this book is called, because I know I at some point looked at what all the books are called. I can't remember it right now. I know book 1's called Air, and book 2's called Spirits, or Spirit. Is it Spirit or Spirit? Doesn't fucking matter. I know that, but season 3 and 4, I don't know what those books are called. I remember I think they were abstract-y concepts. I don't think it wasn't like metal or anything. It was like it was like Spirit, where it was like kind of an abstract concept. So I'm super curious what the book is going to be called, and we're going to find that out pretty early in the episode. I'm curious what the ramifications of the end of season 2 are, because we know that at the end of season 2, we basically were like, hey, spirits, you can go anywhere. That's fine. We'll just leave you to your devices. You can go over there. You can go to the local McDonald's. Like, it's fine. Just spread out. It's all good. So I wonder how the ramifications are gonna be for that. And yeah, I mean the character dynamics. What are the villains gonna continue to be such major fucking threats? I imagine so. Like, I feel like they're gonna keep. I don't know if they're gonna ramp it up, because let's be honest, Unalaq is one of the that was one of the biggest villains of the Avatar series. Like, just straight up, he was going to do something so like, it was basically like control the world type evil. And it wasn't just the regular world, it was the spirit world as well. So that even like beats out Ozai if you're getting like on a grand scale, you know? Like, he was basically going to destroy the world when Ozai kind of just wanted to be in charge of the world and keep the Fire Nation intact. So yeah, like, wow, insane. So yeah, I don't know what we're going into. I'm kind of making this a bit of a longer intro because this is the start of season 3. I'm very keen for this. I'm not. Look, I can be excited, but also temper my expectations, because I generally don't like other people's expectations of something to be to influence so much how I feel about something. You know, if there is an episode that is super beloved by fans, or a season that's super beloved by fans, I'm excited to see it because I'm excited to see what everyone else like is talking about. But like, I'm still gonna go into it with the same expectations and feelings that I went into the season 2 episodes, which people for the most part, you know, talk about with varying degrees of passion, but definitely on the lower end of the scale. Like, I think most people tend to say that season 2 is the weakest of the seasons. I don't remember what people say about season 4. I think that might be kind of split on it, but I really don't know. But all in all, I really enjoyed season 2. So that makes going into season 3 exciting, because I feel like we're gonna be getting some like this is sort of what other people wanted out of Legend of Korra. So Let's see if it's what I want out of Legend of Korra. I'm not gonna waste too much more of your time. I know this is already a long intro. If you could support the video, I just want to remind you of that before we get into this, especially going into season 3. Just support the video as best you can, liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel. I've said it on other videos that, like, I'm a small channel, so doing those little things, they genuinely add up. Like, every single comment, every single like, all that stuff actually helps out the channel, even if you don't think it does. And I love the comments on my Legend of Korra. I love them because you guys have a lot of interesting feelings, you're passionate, and a lot of people who tend to look up Legend of Korra reactions, or at least click on them when they see them on their homepage, like, those people are people who I think are more thoughtful about the show than the people who kind of dismissed Legend of Korra when it was coming out, or was like, oh, this is boring, or Korra is too annoying, or whatever. I feel like you guys are the cool people. I feel like you're the smart ones. Not that, you know, liking media necessarily denotes intelligence, but I just feel like the people who are watching a reaction video on Legend of Korra tend to be very thoughtful people, from my experience. So anyway, we're going to jump into this. Support the video if you can. Full length on my Patreon account, as well as early access so you can get the next several weeks of Legend of Korra reactions right now. You can get, like, pretty deep into Season 3 already on my Patreon account, so go check that out. Let's jump into this. Season 3, Episode 1 of The Legend of Korra. Here we go. Book 3 change. Oh, interesting. Already got spirits roaming around.
Come back, Boomju. Boomju, I'm running out of tree. Can we go down now?
Oh no, Bumi. Oh no.
Boomju.
Oh god. Will he help him? Will he catch him? Oh, not quite. What? That wasn't you. What? Who? Huh?
Wow, that still hurt a lot.
What? What do you mean you're airbending?
How are we ever gonna clear away all these vines?
Whoa! Like that? Not like that.
I can vanquish Vatu, but not a bunch of stupid vines?
We're connected with the spirits again. The wilds are their home.
Well,
I don't
because
like the
vines
people
are
who used to
annoying.
live here.
Like, that's a massive change.
Press and tell them I still don't have a way to get rid of the vines.
Aww.
This should be fun.
Mr. President, are you concerned that your approval ratings are now nearly as low as the Avatars?
What?
Have you seen
It's
today's
not his
headline?
fault.
It says, I'm facing this calamity just like every other citizen. There's a tree growing right through my office. You think I'm not doing everything I can to get rid of it?
By the way, it's cool that she's got an air glider and is using it well.
Trying everything I can think of to get rid of these vines, but
Why can't you fix this?
Are the vines here to stay?
Come on, guys.
New World Order? Look.
New World
Harmonic
Order?
Convergence was just a couple weeks ago. I just need a
Okay,
little more
it's only a
time
couple
to
week
get
time
everything
jump.
back to normal. I'm sorry. Did I put you in a difficult position by fighting the giant force of pure evil that was going to destroy the whole world?
Yeah, Korra, you deserve
Could
this.
have handled that.
That's all. No more questions.
No, go off, Queen.
8% approval? Who were they asking?
You can't take that to heart. People are just frustrated.
Polled what? Do
I
you
don't
like
blame
Korra?
What's wrong?
Oh, he came
The
so
most
quickly.
amazing, but it was my first attempt at knitting, so I was a little hurt.
Jump to the end of the story. I
For dinner,
airbend.
everyone.
I can airbend.
Yeah, you can probably only do it
No, wait,
when you're
seriously, I was doing it.
in a lot of trouble.
Oh, hold on. Maybe if I...
Unless someone else airbended for
I
you?
swear I'm not making it up.
Bumi says he airbended earlier, but he can't now. Oh, and I guess he's not very good at knitting either. I gotta say, I love being a part of this family.
Aww.
Yeah, I told him Tenzin invited us to stay here since our apartment is a vine habitat now, but he said he had to focus on work.
That's cool, putting his hair in the same way that Marco's
Did you see
is.
that? Maybe I can only do it when my life is in danger.
That's what I was
Bolin,
saying.
bend a giant boulder at me.
We'll go on, Uncle Boomy.
Oh, shit!
Oh, Jude!
Oh, my God.
Wait until I tell Mom. She's gonna love this.
That's awesome. Great job, Boomy. I guess there's no way to know if you're a bender.
Ow!
until you bend, right? So he's just a late bloomer, maybe?
Flying around. He was creating this storm like...
What? Like an airbender?
Well, like he was airbending.
Wait,
Sir,
is something about
that's
the
impossible.
spirit
there are
world
only 5
connecting,
airbenders in the entire world,
making
and
people
your brother is not one of them.
airbenders?
He ran into the back room and locked himself in.
Oh my god, are we getting more airbenders? Like non-benders are
Police,
turning into airbenders?
Open up. 2.
Oh my god. There are more fucking airbenders. How?
I suppose it's possible.
Maybe Uncle Boomy is just a late bloomer.
That's what I said.
I'm afraid he's not the only one.
What?
How
I got
many?
a call last night about a guy who just started airbending out of nowhere.
Is it just the one?
You mean there's another one?
The one other guy?
Where is he now?
You should leave it to the police. It's police business, you know.
Is it still awkward
It's official.
between them right now?
Okay. How are you doing? You know, you're welcome to stay here instead of
I
sleeping
think
at the police
might
station.
just be awkward on Mako's side.
As you were.
Your 2 ex-girlfriends both staying here. 2 beautiful
This
ex-girlfriends.
is so exciting.
You're the Avatar, master of all the elements. You should know how to drive.
Oh no, this is
Besides,
gonna be a
it's
disaster.
relaxing.
Yeah, no, this will be like SpongeBob.
Yeah, we all knew.
Right.
Sorry.
That's pretty embarrassing.
Actually,
Aw.
I need to tell you something about that. and
Okay,
I
they're gonna have a
should've
talk
told you
about
this
it?
sooner, but
Oh.
kind of kissed him. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No wonder he's so nervous around us.
Oh.
Oh, I kissed Mako when he was going out with you, so
I'm just kidding. I knew a long time ago.
I'm glad it hasn't come between us.
Oh,
I've
this
never
is
had
so
a girlfriend
sweet.
to hang out with and talk to before. This is nice.
Vine! Vine!
Holy shit, I love that conversation. What the fuck?
watch where you're
Oh,
going.
spirit.
What are you?
It's like a dream, Dad. After 170 years, new airbenders.
Oh.
Does that mean I have to share my room because I like my personal space?
Of course not.
I hope we have enough for an army.
Also, can they
Yeah,
pass
I
down their airbending, or is that a
Nomads
one-off?
don't have armies, Milo.
To fill the temples again.
He's teary-eyed.
I just wish your grandfather were here to see this.
Oh.
Understand what it means to be a part of our nation. That's a big responsibility.
This is so
Don't worry,
sweet.
Dad. We'll help you.
I know you will.
I love that.
Here to watch. Avatar Korra,
Oh
do you
my
really
God.
think...
No questions. Just stand there.
Good.
Silently.
Good, Korra. I fucking love you. Put them in their place. Oh, this is the music. Wait, are you doing like spirit bending on it? You are. Wow. Interesting. Because they're kind of, the vines are kind of closer to spirits than plants. You have to
How did you know
respect
what to
them.
do? Will you send the spirits away now?
Oh shit! Oh no! Okay, maybe it doesn't quite work that well. Shit! Oh no!
Look out.
She's gonna, yeah, save people quick.
Let's go, people. Hurry.
It's so cool that she's got an air glider now. Oh my god! Damn!
I think that could have gone better.
Well, that doesn't work. Maybe you can't get rid of the vines.
Meditating.
You hate meditating.
I thought that if I really tried, I might be able, but I can't. They're gone.
Yeah, the
I'm all
connection's so
alone.
severed. Fuck.
And now things have changed. Change can be good or bad.
The world has to
depending on your
change
point of
with
view.
it, I think.
I know the people's
Build
point of
around the
view.
vines.
Bad.
Your job isn't to fix the daily problems of every person in Republic City.
That's true.
Your responsibility may have brought back the Air Nation. And that can only be good for restoring balance. That is the act of a great Avatar.
It's scary. Doing half the time. It seems like I should be wiser.
This is a beautiful
True
shot.
wisdom begins when we accept.
Avatar wisdom is a thing of the past, Bolin. Come on.
Oh, okay. Is that a good thing?
Depends who you ask.
So is this guy threatening to jump? Because that's pretty dark.
Caution!
He's gonna jump.
Stay back!
But he's scared of hurting other people.
Sorry!
Aw, I feel bad for this guy. He's just scared.
I don't know what I'm doing and I don't want to hurt anyone!
Tell me about it. I'm having kind of a rough day myself.
Oh.
You mind if I sit down here? Let me take you over to Air Temple Island and we can talk this through, okay?
Yeah. Oh. Careful. Careful! Someone can save him. Yeah, she was ready for that. Of course she was.
I've never met a new airbender before. Well, at least not one whose diaper I didn't have to change.
Actually, I just fell off a bridge. Use a fresh diaper right about now.
So is this the deal? Is every other day now, thanks to you?
Dude!
Listen, I know you're
Shut
having
the
a tough
fuck
time
up.
getting used to these changes, and I'm sorry for that.
I order you to leave this city. You've caused nothing but trouble since you arrived.
Excuse me?
Don't worry, I was already leaving.
You're leaving Republic City?
And I'm gonna find them and rebuild the Air Nation.
Oh.
Don't think I'm not going with you. Discovering the gift of airbending for the first time.
Okay, I guess fuck Republic City. Who gives a shit? What is this? What are we looking at? White Lotus? Okay. Is this a prison? It is.
You know the drill, Zaheer.
Zaheer.
That he unlocked the secret of weightlessness and became untethered from the earth, living his
Okay.
final 40 years without ever touching the ground.
Is that how you plan to escape?
All right.
With something you...
Instinct is a lie, told by a fearful body, hoping to be wrong.
What's that supposed to mean?
What?
It means
that sounds
that
cool.
when you of a new reality.
Whoa. Whoa.
How? You're not a bender?
He is now.
Nature is constantly changing, like the wind.
Oh my god. Oh, this is fucking cool. Oh my god, oh my god. Are we getting a villain airbender?
The end of the Avatar.
This voice actor sounds really cool. Wow! Oh, that's exciting. I'm shaking. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Well, that was an excellent first episode to the season. Wow. They're giving me so much that I've wanted. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this book after that first episode. That was so good. Wow, they're coming up with some great ideas already. Like, this first episode really set the tone for some great ideas. And it, you know what? It has made it so that, like, even if you didn't like season 2, what a cool setup that season 2 did to allow this season to happen, you know? Like, this season isn't possible without all the stuff they set up in season 2. Oh, it's so good. Okay. So, I guess let's... No. I'm going to talk about the Korra Asami conversation first. Because, let's be honest, that's what I've been waiting for. And I needed that scene so badly. I think, like, that's the sort of scene that lines up so perfectly with what I've been saying about those characters that I feel like if you guys, when you guys were watching my previous reactions, every time you heard about me talking about how Korra and Asami, like, I just want these characters to have conversations and actually fucking tell each other how they're feeling and what they did. That's all I wanted. And they did it in this episode, and it was those two, and Mako was nowhere nearby, and you know why he wasn't nearby? Because they got shit done. Like, if Mako was there, they would never have had that conversation, because Mako is a communication vacuum. He sucks out all the communication in the area. But Asami and Korra are both intelligent women who know how to speak to one another, And they both had to deal with Mako, and they both know how bad he is at communication. So, and I'm saying deal with Mako. Mako is a great guy and a great character. I'm not shit talking him for anything except his communication skills. But his communication skills are abysmal. Korra and Asami can both, well, Korra isn't actually great at communication skills, but she's better than Mako. And when she's with Asami, she's like better as well. And also she's grown a lot in these seasons. I think current Korra, the Korra in this episode is actually pretty great at communicating. So far, we haven't hit a point where it could, like, where the communication has been really tested, but well, we kind of did. I mean, she communicated with the dude on the bridge. What was his name? I wrote it down. Door. She communicated with Door and like calmed him down and like related to him. Like I think she's getting a lot better at communicating. So, the fact that those two had a conversation, and in that conversation, like Korra said, like, did I tell you guys that we broke up? I'm embarrassed by that. And Asami said, hey, I just want you to know I kissed your ex right after you broke up with him. And then Korra goes, that's okay. You know, I kissed Mako when you were still dating him. And then they both were like, that's okay, because we care about each other. And like, there were all, complicated situations, and we're not going to let that get between us. That's a great conversation to have. I think it's beautiful. It's exactly what I needed for those two. I love the connection they shared there. I'm just so happy about that. I'm beaming from that scene alone, and that's not even all of the stuff that happened in this episode. Next thing is we got more airbenders in the world. So the big question for me is, one, is this permanent, right? Are these airbenders now straight up just airbenders for the rest of the time? It's not like a temporary thing. Like, you know how the comet, Sozin's comet, enhances firebending, and you know how when there's an eclipse it gets rid of the moon or whatever, and waterbending is actually I don't know, because I know when there's an eclipse it takes away firebending. But isn't that when there's a solar eclipse? When there's a lunar eclipse, and I don't know if I'm getting these terms mixed around either, but when there's the one where the sun's covering the moon, can the waterbenders not waterbend? I can't remember if we've seen that happen. But also, if the moon's not in the sky, like completely taken out of this world, as it was when the moon spirit was gone, then the waterbenders can't waterbend. So we know there are like, and also when there's a full moon, the waterbenders are more powerful. We know that there are certain stipulations on when something is happening in the universe, people can do things, right? So there could be the possibility that there's a certain like time frame that we're in that we never could have been in before because of the way that the world was and the world is now, that is making it so that for a short amount of time people can airbend. Like maybe only for the season, maybe towards the end of the season all of this airbending will be undone and it'll go back to normal. So that's question one. Is it permanent? By the way, these questions, rhetorical. Don't answer them. Please, please, please. Because these are things that they're going to be exploring or not exploring. But regardless, if they say it or they don't say it in the show, I want to wait and see if they explore it first before people start telling me things. Two. My rhetorical question number 2 is... I've forgotten it. I'm so excited. I'm going at 1,000 miles a minute. I can't remember. So rhetorical question 1 was, is it permanent? Rhetorical question 2 is, can they pass it down? That was my other one. Because it's tough. I've talked about several times how, like, I'm not exactly sure how passing down of elements works. Now, I originally thought that Bumi being able to airbend at the start, like, I thought it was only possible with Bumi because of his lineage because his dad is Aang, and Aang was an airbender. But this random dude, I imagine his dad wasn't an airbender because they were all dead. Unless this is one of Aang's kids he like was sleeping around in Republic City, but I doubt it. So this guy doesn't have like close connections to an airbender, maybe distant connections, but so if that's the case, like it's straight up just there are people who I assume were non-benders who now have their airbending has activated, and we've only seen it happen to Bumi and this one guy, and then Zaheer, who I'll talk about Zaheer soon, and stay tuned for that because I got some thoughts. But we've only seen it with airbending. We haven't seen it with any other elements. So it's only airbending that came back. Is it because of airbending is inherently spiritual? Just in its nature, it's a very spiritual element. So because we're connected with the spirit world once again, airbending is more prevalent. So, but anyway, the point is, I don't know if you can pass down this airbending, or if this is like they're not airbenders, but they have the ability to airbend. So their children won't be able to do it because they weren't present during this harmonic convergence. I don't know. But if they can pass it down, this is one, great for Tenzin and shit, and two, great for the series. Like as a writing choice for the series, because it's interesting and it's engaging, and on top of all of that, it helps us repopulate the air nomads and that or the air nation. I don't know if they're gonna be nomads necessarily. Like this might change airbending culture as a whole, because this is creating airbenders who are disconnected from that culture, who are from different cultures. These airbenders are now going to be from parts of the Fire Nation, from Republic City, from parts of the Water Nation, you know, like they're going to be scattered around by the sounds of it. And if that's the case, then we have a different airbending culture. I can't imagine that it's going to be like that the airbenders are going to revert to how they were. I think we're creating something new here. Now it's going to be a very diverse nation, I think. But as a series decision to be able to expand this series, making it so that there are more airbenders in the world quickly is a great idea. Because like the idea of Tenzin and his family being the last airbenders and them being a small thing and having to grow like is great in terms of themes and like growing from, you know, recovering from genocide and all that sort of stuff, and it puts stakes on their lives and stuff. But at the same time, it is like the thing that's less interesting about it is we know all the airbenders. So you can't get creative with airbending because we've seen them all, you know? But now we're getting more. We're getting more airbenders, so you can get more fucking creative. And that's really exciting, because not just for this series, but also anything future that they do in the Avatar universe, like the earthbending Avatar show that they're planning, right? You can probably have a large amount of airbenders now, and you can start doing really interesting stuff with that. Oh my gosh. And on top of that, the idea of unique airbenders brings us to Zaheer. So it was pretty clear Zaheer was going to be an important character because they put him at the end of the episode and they gave him a pretty massive introduction with like this lead up. He's in a prison, like the White Lotus are keeping him imprisoned, and they're keeping him imprisoned on like a very isolated prison. So if they're doing that, he's dangerous, but theoretically he's dangerous and he wasn't a bender, because he wasn't because like he was airbending, which I think implies that he was a non-bender beforehand, and then the harmonic convergence gave him airbending, or he was like a different kind of bender. Because he looks like an older gentleman. Korra is what, like 17, 18, something like that? I don't know. So is it possible that I think it is possible he was a different bender, like a firebender or something, and his airbending was stripped by Aang? Is that possible? Because he might have been a terrible criminal, and Aang stripped him of his bending and threw him in this prison, then went and croaked, and then Korra was born. Korra started growing up, doing all this stuff, and now harmonic convergence happens. He gets airbending. He realizes he has airbending. He's so enlightened that he's able to master it within the cell and then uses it to escape. So he might be an airbender that has ideas of techniques from a different nation, possibly, or he might have just been a powerful non-bender that was like really genuinely that strong without bending. So now he also can airbend. No matter what it is, it could be any of those, and it could be like something else that I haven't considered. Doesn't matter. It's fucking cool regardless. Or maybe he's a bender and he hasn't had his bending taken away, but he also has airbending now. I don't know if that is possible. I don't think it is. But we have a very small sample size of who's able to airbend now. I've assumed it was just non-benders because we had Bumi and Door, and I'm pretty sure they're both non-benders. But other than that, like, what if Zaheer is like an earthbender who now has airbending? But I feel like, but I don't know. I feel like if he was another bender, he would have used his other bending to try to escape, and they would have been more careful around him, you know? So yeah, I know. I feel like he had to have been a non-bender or a bender whose bending has been taken away, and that's why they weren't as careful around him. Regardless, this is a really cool setup for a season, and I really liked, like, Zaheer. I really want to rewatch that end scene, all that stuff with Zaheer, because he was like saying some really interesting things. He had a quote in there. I don't remember what it was, but it was about instinct or something, and I think it was really interesting and insightful, and my brain couldn't process it fast enough, so I can't speak on it, but I think it was really cool and well written. So, man, this is one of those videos that, like, I am excited to put out into the world just because, like, you're capturing such genuine joy from me. This episode is just like exactly what I wanted, and it's making the Avatar fan inside me so giddy. I cannot wait for the rest of the episodes of this season. So thank you for watching this video. Support the video as much as you can, please. The more support I get, the more I can do these videos, and I mean, I don't want to fucking stop doing this series now, so please support me so I can continue doing them. And by support me, I don't even mean my Patreon account. I just mean liking the video, commenting on it, subscribing to the channel, telling other people about my reactions, you know, that sort of stuff. Like, word of mouth is also probably useful to get around if other people are looking for Legend of Korra reactions. You know, tell people, hey, Jen Watches does some great Legend of Korra reactions. Go check him out. But also, my Patreon account has full length and early access, so you can get the next several weeks right now on my Patreon account. 4 or 5 weeks, maybe. I don't know exactly how many weeks it is, but it's a lot more episodes of this show right now. So go check that out and watch me be giddy on the future episodes. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.